Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, which means we are starting a new Bible lesson today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Let's begin. This is my Bible. I open it wide and learn about Jesus from the words inside. And this week's lesson is called Beasties in Egypt. So I really thought that a really great Bible passage for it would be the same one that we did last week. So it's going to be more of a review than something new today. When I am afraid, I will trust in you, in God whose word I praise. Psalm 56 verses 3 and 4. Let's go ahead and sing that together. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. I will trust in you. I will trust in you. When I am afraid, I will trust in you. In God whose word I praise. And the reason I thought we should stick with that Bible passage is because this is another part of the Bible that can be kind of hard to understand sometimes because there are bad things that happen in it. There are bad guys that are the Egyptians, and then the good guys are the Israelites, God's chosen people. And there's sin in the world, and because there's sin in the world, sometimes bad things happen, and God allows those bad things to happen, but He always promises to turn something sad or mad into something glad for His children. So in this lesson, that's what we're reading about. How something that seemed really sad and really scary was used to be a blessing to God's chosen people, to the Israelites. So we'll read through this today, and then tomorrow we'll dig into the Bible and find out more about it. Beasties in Egypt. Moses and all God's people had been made slaves by the cruel ruler of Egypt. Now Moses stood in front of Pharaoh himself. Pharaoh was the king of Egypt, with a message that sounded so bold it was frightening. God says that you must let His people free, or there will be trouble you cannot even imagine, Moses said. The king would not listen, so God sent terrible plagues on the land of Egypt. And plagues, those are the bad things that happened. The river turned to blood. The land was covered with thousands of frogs that found their way into beds and cooking pots. There were frogs all over their houses. There were plagues of biting gnats and buzzing flies. Then the cows, sheep, goats, and horses fell ill and died. There were painful sores on the skin of all the Egyptians. Hail rained down on the land, smashing the crops in the fields. A plague of locusts came to eat up anything left after the hailstorm. Darkness covered the land. And then, the most terrible plague of all the Egyptian firstborn sons, including Pharaoh's own son, died in a single night. God says, "Let my people go," said Moses to Pharaoh. "Yes," said Pharaoh in despair. "Go." Moses did not wait for Pharaoh to change his mind. He led God's people out of Egypt, the land where they had been slaves. He led them on their journey to the promised land where they would be free. And that's the end for now. And just remember that even when there are scary things happening or sad things or painful things, we can trust, just like our Bible passage says, we can trust that God's going to take care of us, and He's going to turn the hurtful thing or the sad thing or the thing that makes us mad into something glad, because we are His children too, just like the Israelites. Thanks for joining me this morning. God bless your day, and I will see you tomorrow.